All right. All right. What's up, Amani? Yeah, I saw what you just typed in the chat. Something happened with some bees or something. Said he walked out the house and the bees attacked him. What is that? You mean they stung you? That's crazy if that's the case. My goodness. What? You got stung in the head and in your arm? What the hell? Are you allergic? They stung your son in the head 2 days ago. Damn, man. There must be a hive somewhere near your house. Okay, you're not allergic. Yeah, I'm not. I found that I wasn't allergic either when I was a kid because I didn't have a reaction. I had a friend though, man. He got stung and his reaction was crazy. In front of your door. Yeah, you definitely got a hive somewhere, man. For them to be attacking like that. And anytime when they sting, it's because they feel threatened. So there must have been like their nest or their hive got to be close by. Yeah, you got to do it. You got to do it. And I don't like to kill bees, but listen, you ain't gonna be stinging me though. Like you got to get up out of here. Stay in your lane. Stinging me and my kids and all that. Nah. Shit, it's either you or me. Oh, you hose them down. So, all right. So you already saw them, then you hose them. Man, you got balls. Yo, I would have never done that, man. I wouldn't have done nothing. If I'd have seen him, I'd have been like, all right, I see y'all. Exterminator's on the way. He gonna deal with y'all ass. Nah, man. That's why they got at you, man. And that water don't work. Water don't work. he said he tried to super soak him and they attacked him. Shit. Damn, man. Yeah, that's bad. Yeah, I thought that you were saying that they just out of nowhere attacked you. Cause I just was like, nah, they don't just attack for nothing. Yeah. Yo. And that shit is like what Matthew was saying. That's real. When bees are together like that, when they swarming, if one of them feels threatened, they signal the hive, and it's attack mode. Period. They go straight into attack mode on whatever it is that they feel is the threat. I had to learn that the hard way too as a kid, messing around with their hive. You know, as a kid, you stupid. I found their hive. I'm over there. I got a stick messing with the hive and poking it and doing all type of shit. All it takes is one of them dudes. And it's like they send off a chain reaction and they will not stop. Whatever they attacking, that's it. It's all in. Ain't no holding back. Ain't none of that. Damn. Woo, that's... Yo, bees is no joke, man. Yep. That's why and they got killer bees too. The killer bees is no joke. They're bigger than regular bees. I'm laughing at what Matthew said. He said, don't start nothing, won't be nothing. Oh, my goodness. Yo, yeah, but I'm sorry that happened, though, man. That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, listen. For anybody who don't know, do not mess with no bees. And especially if you see more than one, that means that there's a hive nearby. Because they don't, if you see one by itself, that's one thing. You might have a chance messing with one. But if you see two, they rolling deep, man. Them dudes, goodness. Yeah, well, fortunately also you're not allergic, because the allergic reaction from a bee sting for some people, like they need an EpiPen and all type of shit. Because the reaction is so fast too from their sting. That's crazy. Damn. Yeah, man. Sorry that happened. Yeah, especially because your son got caught in it. That's crazy. Right. Adam said if water worked, then they'd be extinct every time it rains. Listen, rain don't do nothing to them. They drink it. Kev said, I used to paint houses and the ball guy got hit in the head like a sniper. The hive was under a wood board. Right, lucky he didn't fall off the ladder. Yep. I tried that a couple of times until I got chased. I did what Kev saying he did when he was a kid. Used to try to catch him on the flower. Keep playing with them bees. Yep. They like, all right. Like, you want to mess with my flower? All right. They'd be like, stay right there. I'll be right back. They go away for a minute and you think that they gone, and then out of nowhere you start seeing a few of them. Yeah, man. Yep, that's one insect right there, and they will not let up. Like, they're relentless too. They like, I know I might die if I sting you, but I don't care. He said start a gang war. As bees are the good fellas in the insect world. I agree. Yeah, I got the utmost respect for them dudes. For real. I'm like, whatever y'all want. Here, you want this Fanta? Here you go. Cause you know they love sweet shit. So you know, like how sometimes they'll be flying around if you got a juice or like a soda. I'm like, listen, you better put that soda down. Whatever he want, let him have it. Shit. Yeah, I ain't mess with no bees, man. Jay Carly said, glad you're okay. You know better now. Damn. Oh man, yeah, wasp is crazy, man. I think what's worse than both is a hornet, because a hornet is like a big ass bee, and a hornet got a bigger stinger, and he's way more aggressive, because he know he's big. So he like, listen, you looking like something to eat right now. Man. Yep, I never forget that, man. I got stung right in my jaw, right over here, when I was messing with that hive. It was like a rock wall, and the rock had like a crack in it, and it was a hole. Like it looked like a straight hole that somebody drilled into, but it wasn't. They just, I don't know how they did it, but they made their way into this hole. Yo, I've never seen so many bees come out of something and that, like with them numbers in my life. Like I was, and mind you, I'm just standing there like this looking. I'm in awe. I can't believe what I'm seeing. It literally had to be like 40 bees, one after the other. You just see them coming out of the hole, just coming out, just flying out. And they flying out and they getting in formation. And you see them circling around, they circling around. And my stupid ass is looking at them. And what do? Go back to the hole, get the stick. Mind you, they out now. The majority of them is out. They're flying around in formation. I get a stick, I'm poking in the hole. Poking in the hole. Take the stick out. As soon as I take the stick out, one of the bees flies out directly at me and I start running. And by the time I start running, before I could do anything, I feel the first thing. Bow! Catches me here. And then I'm looking and I'm like, yo, they had surrounded me. And there was no getting away. Like you just had to just run and try to run faster than they was moving. That shit was retarded, man. It just was retarded. And then afterwards, I'm like, what's wrong with me? Why would I do that? But you know, as a kid, you just do stupid stuff and you find out later that it was stupid. Yeah, your curiosity. Yeah, kids are naturally curious and stupid. Yes, they are. Most of the hard lessons I learned was as a kid. Yep. Doing stupid stuff, man. Because now, you know, when you become an adult, you be like, why would you do that? Like, what's wrong with you? As a kid, you're not thinking about none of that. You just like, noonie, 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 noonie. And you just do stupid stuff until you get smashed. And then you're like, oh, well, the bee caught me. No, you was messing with the bee and then the bee caught you. Oh, snap. Kev said my friend was watching a fight on YouTube. I didn't care to watch your friendly, nonviolent U.S. Marine here. Kev, a Marine, he don't even want to mess with the bees. JP, when I was in Flatonia, Texas, we had chocolate covered bees. Oh, you serious? Yo, we're eating bees? Nah, man. All right. That reminds me of Paris. I forgot where it is. They eat roaches. They eat roaches and crickets on a stick. I think it's somewhere in Asia. Needless to say, I don't think I'm gonna be visiting there no time soon. First of all, I don't want to see a roach on nothing. Like I don't want to see a bug I'm used to seeing. Period. It'd be different if it was some kind of foreign type of bug. Maybe I wouldn't feel as bad, but I don't want to see like a regular looking roach on a stick. I don't want to see that. She said she never been stung because I don't mess with them. They only sting if you messing or panicking. Yeah. If you do anything to their area, to their environment, They in attack mode immediately. And there's no talking to them and none of that. Oh, I'm sorry. They're like, no speaking English. Joshua said, you must have been trying to snatch the honey before the barometers were met. Wah, 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 wah. That's a joke my son would do right there. Oh, snap. Jermaine said that sting pain can last for weeks. Hell yeah. Well, first of all, the stinger will stay in you most of the time. When they let that stinger off, like I know the stinger stayed in my jaw for 2 days. Then 2 days after the fact, it was a bump, and I squeezed it, and this little skinny looking black thing came out. It just said, boop. I was like, what the hell is this? It was the stinger. I didn't know that at the time. I knew later, you know, when I wasn't retarded no more and actually started to understand what the hell stuff in nature was all about. But at that time, I had no idea what it was. Yep. Buddha said he got stung by a wasp once when I was driving. Got me in the lower back. It felt like I was being paralyzed and could not move my leg. Couldn't stop the car, but luckily I pulled the handbrake. What? So when you say it felt like you was being paralyzed, what you mean? Like you didn't have any use of your leg? Like you couldn't move it at all? That's crazy. Yeah. No thank you on the chocolate covered bees. Goodness. Cat said my cat don't want to see nothing. Playing with fire, burning stuff in the house. When the meat becomes scarce, you might have to start eating insects. So you better get used to bugs. Nah, I just eat salad, man. I'll be all right. Leafy greens. We'll be all right. Insects. They don't have right. They don't got potato chips. Shit. Oh, Mark, your wife likes the hat. Thank you. Thank you. It's available if you want one. Just message me, let me know. I can definitely get you one. Tyler, dad joke of the year 3. Kes said the body trying to remove that foreign invader. Yeah. Not even Cadbury chocolate bees. No, not at all. No. Buddha literally felt immense pain and couldn't move leg for 30 seconds. So did it did it catch you near your spine, or you just saying like it hit your back and it kind of paralyzed your leg from the sting? Maybe the whatever that stuff is called. What is it? Venom? I don't even know what it is that they might have near the spine. Okay. J. Carter said, "Rome, you just killing me now." Nah, man, no new bug food. Definitely not. They say it's supposed to be a good source of protein, but hey, so is peanut butter. Yes, the toxin, right? The toxin. Yeah, because I don't think that I don't think bees have, like, there's nothing in the stinger. The stinger is just a stinger. It's not like it's like, you know how a scorpion has actual like a thing that it secretes out of the stinger that is poisonous. Bees don't have a poison that comes out the stinger, but the stinger itself you can have a reaction to. Like if you get stung, you know, depending on who the person is, your body may not have the antibodies to fight that foreign object in the body, and you have a reaction to it. But nevertheless, shit, I don't want to get stung at all. I don't want to get hit by a mosquito, let alone a bee. Yeah, that's crazy that it got behind you while you were driving. It had to be there. I think that what probably happened is when you sat down, it sensed the danger, and it must have turned around and positioned itself, and it caught you with the stinger so that you would move. And then you moved, and when you moved, that's when it probably came off. That's crazy. Yes, right. Me too. Dad said, I'm good with steak and chicken for protein. Yep. Me too. I'd like to see NADEX drop a steak and 2 buttermilk biscuits. Right, some chicken dinner, right? Oh, man. Oh, excuse me. I got this chart up. Oh, sorry about that. Buddha said, Don, you better get used to insects coming soon more widely. You better get on your plant base. Yep. Oh, that's why this thing ain't cold, because it's at 73 degrees. Let's try 68, so I can feel cool air. I'm wondering why it straight feel like heat in here, because it is. Tyler said the bee positioned itself for a 1-second slap. What's up, Holly? Mark said, treat the market like a wasp and prevent from getting stung. Yep. Just right. That's kind of what I was saying a minute ago when I was talking about bees and how I have the utmost respect for them. They can have whatever they want. Like, here, you want my Seagrams? There you go. For whatever reason, they like sweet stuff. And I don't know what they do. Like, do they do anything with sweet drinks and sweet beverages and stuff? Or candy? Do they actually do anything with it? Because I thought that what they like to do is extract the pollen from the flowers to make honey or whatever. But it seemed like they would want to extract some high fructose corn syrup too. That's what it appears like to me. Don said, until that time come. Right. He's like, in the meantime, I will be eating Popeyes. Yo, Jay Carly is crazy. Yo, silly, man. She said specifically, wasps are more dangerous. Specifically. Silly. Buddha said, beast thing worse than the market. You can get your money back from the market, but being stick and kill you if you're allergic to it. That's true. That is very true. Mix that with skull with skill. I think that is a typo, right? With skill and confidence, you have an army that can't ever be conquered. TA in this piece, you dig? All facts. All facts. All right, I got the timer set. All right, good to go. Good to go. Oh, let me. Dang, I didn't even put this nowhere else. Hold up. Yep, that's one. Market for the time being seems to still have too much movement going on. Too much movement at the moment. Oh, okay. Yeah, I can add him. Okay, cool. All right. So that worked out. Think tank. And then after that is, what was the other one? Oh, comma. Okay. Okay, cool. All right, and I don't know who this is. Who is this? I wish there was a way to stop that, man. Like, why do I don't understand why you get like friend requests from porn? Like, what the hell is that? I understand that. Like they must have robots or something that just automatically send those out or something. All right, but anyway. JP said, used to clean pools when I was younger. I've drowned wasps for at least 30 seconds with pool net, and they still fly. What? See, that's why I don't mess with none of them, yo. Kev said he could hear Samuel L. Jackson talking about he's sick of these damn bees. Yep. Chip said, yes, it does. Buddha said, last time you asked if I was following Project 21. I'm not sure what the contract size you are aiming for in Project 21, but in my challenge, I'm looking to get to around 30 and then stay there for a while. Yeah, Project 21, ultimately, if you were following 80-20, meaning if you earned a profit of $20 on each trade at minimum, then you would ultimately make your way up to around 50 contracts. At the end of the 21st trade, you'd be closer to 60 contracts. Like I think it's about 54, something like that. Assuming that you maxed out your contract size on every trade for all 21 trades. So the project is really just a plan. It's just a plan for whatever goal that you're trying to ultimately get to. So if your goal is 30 contracts, then you could kind of position yourself to max out each trade until you get to that contract size. And then once you get there, do what you're saying to do, which is remain there. So it's just really a way for you to get to where you want to go. And then once you're there, from that point going forward, you just would, continue to rinse and repeat what you did to get there. That doesn't change. But then you would just shift from your growth into your income phase. And then you would be earning from that point based on the contract size that you're at. So, regardless of how you want to go about doing it, yeah, it's solid. It's a solid formula to take your skill, take your seed money, and then use your skill to build up your seed to wherever you want to get to as far as contract size. Kev said, I think I'm going to throw the card up on the TV screen tonight after class. Buddha said, I need to acclimate when getting to larger contracts. Well, now you're talking about the skill elevation, and you're talking about the training that's going to take you there. That's where the training comes in, because that's what everybody has a problem with. You get scared. People, for whatever reason, bigger numbers excites them, and it also scares the shit out of them at the same time. It's like it's exciting to see someone there, but if it's you there, you shook. Like right now on your next trade, imagine that you got 30 contracts on the next trade that you take. How is that going to affect you emotionally? And this is kind of the order that things take place in. You have an emotional reaction to bigger numbers. The problem is not bigger numbers. The problem becomes your emotional response to a bigger number. The larger number is a trigger for your emotions. Now, the question becomes, will you allow your emotions now to alter the way that you execute? And the answer for most people is yeah, hell yeah. You're going to let it alter. It's going to force you to deviate. It's going to influence you to do different shit, to mess up, to slip, whatever you want to call it. You're going to get either over exuberant, or you're going to be scared to pull the trigger. There's going to be a reaction. So training is designed to get you to the place emotionally first, so that you get to the point where you just don't give a shit, period. You're not celebrating and you're not scared. Like, you don't win trades like, yes, I won. And you're not like, oh man, I'm at 10 contracts, man. Ooh, I'm a little nervous. You don't have any emotional reaction. And if you think about it like that, it's kind of the same way that in the military you're trained to be. In the military, you're not trained to react emotionally to anything. You're trained to execute. If you're given orders, you follow orders. If your order is to do something and then, you're like, damn, I don't know if I could do that. You're a soldier. Your job is to do it. You don't question whether you can do it or not. You figure out how to do it. You don't wonder how, oh man, I don't know how the hell are we supposed to do that? There is none of that. If you in a squad or your platoon or whatever, you'll figure the shit out. You got to plan it out and figure out how to get the job done. Period. There is no questioning if you're gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? So it's an elevation in the mindset. So it's similar to that. And that's really what you're trying to get to the point where you don't have emotional reaction at all. The emotion is not even a part of the equation anymore. You shift from being emotional to simply executing the process that you're being trained to do, and that's it. So it's very deep. It goes very deep. And I know like that people in the military, they catch what this is right away, kind of, because they're like, oh, this is already what we do. Like, I'm kind of used to this already. So, oh, this is what we got to do. Okay, I'm going to do that. And that's kind of it. Like, they just do it. Average people, regular people, it takes time because you don't have that pre-existing training that someone in the military kind of has already. They've already been conditioned to be disciplined. They've already been conditioned to execute and to follow orders and instructions. You know what I'm saying? They don't second guess or question anything. They're trained to follow instruction. You as an average person, you asking mad shit. You like, damn, well, you know, I'm nervous, man. What am I supposed to do? You know, like, you're trying to figure out and find your way and kind of navigate things. And it's a process that takes you time. That's why when we talk about these things here, we always talk about it from the perspective of it being life lessons, because you're learning mindset things that are going to affect you in your life. It's not just for trading. You know what I'm saying? This is stuff that's going to carry over and bleed into your life. It's going to transcend into your actual life. So that's why we say stuff like we become MRMH. We become the protocol and the process, because that's literally what's happening. Like, you're actually becoming the process. And that's what training does. It really literally gets you to that point. It gets you there, man. Cause yeah, I'd be worried if I had kids, we actually had to work. Winston says your free Wi-Fi that snag porn peddlers jump on it to find your device and tag you. But no, this be on Facebook. So this be whenever. Like, I'm talking about friend requests from like women, but it's porn. They're like, here, check out my nude pictures. Like, just random friend requests. I don't know where that comes from. And I know that y'all get those too. And you can always see the dudes that like it, because you can see that they're friends already of whoever sent the request to you. They be in the box on the left. You be like, okay, horn dog. Oh, snap. Jermaine said, what number you multiply the contract size by? Jermaine, what you mean by that? What number do you multiply the contract size by? I'm not sure what you mean. I'm guessing you talking about, like, how do you get to know what the contract size is for the next trade? Is that what you're asking? If that's what you're asking, then you take whatever your account balance is and you divide it by, if you're doing 83.17, you divide it by 84. If you're doing 80.20, you divide it by 81. I'm thinking that that's what you were asking. And if that is what you were asking, then that's the answer. What I just gave you. They call you hashtag join training. Buddha said, I'm trying to focus on the trade process and not the size. Right. Buddha, this is what you're being trained to do. You're going to get there. It's not a matter of if you're going to get there. You are. I know that see what it is. You know what it is too, Buddha? Now you're becoming more sensitive to the fact that that's what it is. Like listen to what you just said. Focus on the process and not the size. You see how now that's real, that's more realer to you now, because you actually have an actual framework to use to get there. But you have to build the mindset and the other things in addition to the framework. It's not just the framework. Like, it's not just the way that you trade. It's more than that. It's your mindset, patience, discipline, focus. All of those things lead to you being able to wait for the market to give you the trade. Discipline, not deviating and doing other shit while you wait for the trade. Focus, only rinse and repeat the process. That's all mindset. That's what you're working on building. That's why you're saying that. I'm trying to look at the word that you said. I'm trying to focus. Focus is part of mindset. So you in the mindset building phase now. You know what I'm saying? Because you already have a framework to use for your trading. Like, you know how you're going to trade. You know what you want to do. You know what you're waiting for. You know what you're waiting for the market to do. That's not the problem anymore. Now the problem becomes dealing with yourself. And that's why this is so powerful for us, because this is what the training is designed to do, to elevate us. And that's exactly what it does. Oh, excuse me. Jay Carley said, that's the opposite of what you said, though, because you have a mental goal of 30 contracts. Mick said 301 is my primary trigger to be patient. It sets the tone. Yep. Jay Carley, just do the work. Don, is there truly locked into the process? The size of the contract actually don't matter. Bingo. Bingo. Right. Once you are locked in, that is affirmative. As said, demo helps to curb and remove that emotionality. Nice. Jay Carley, I've lost more over time doing dumb shit at one contract, so you feel better because you lost the same amount slowly. My mindset is so solid now. I'm just taking the next best trade based on what I know. Oh, that reminds me of what I think it was Matthew who said it one day. He said something about like the next 1-0. Like, in other words, you're just waiting for the next 1-0. In other words, you're waiting for the next trade. But the way you look at every trade is 1-0. That's hard. Like the way he said it, and y'all know what I'm talking about because most of y'all were here when he said that. But that is hard. The next trade is 1-0. That's it. Like, I'm not thinking about the account side. I ain't thinking about the contract side. I ain't thinking about nothing. Next trade, 1-0. That right there helps you to focus on the process and execution only, and to not do anything else. That's your job the whole time, all the way through. Sit. Demo helps to curb and remove that. Oh, I said that already, right? Yeah. All right. And the demo does help. It does help for, I would say for most people. For some of us, we just always thrive in live. Either way. Either way. Buddha said, I have the amount I want to make, and that's my goal. I'm happy to stay there so I can be in the income phase for a while before I may start to increase size again. Right. Right. See, and that's what I mean. Like, you can do what you want to the whole time. The whole time you're doing what you want to. The most important aspect of it is the mindset part that you're building up to now, before you actually complete the execution of where you're trying to get to. Like, before you complete Project 21, your mindset should have a solid foundation and be in place so that you can, along the process throughout the Project 21, You're elevating the whole time. You're not trying to get to the mindset while you're doing it. You understand? It's kind of like people be like, yeah, I want to earn while I learn. No. You want to learn and then you earn. Earning while you learn, it don't really happen, do it? While you in the learning process, you ain't earning shit. When you in the learning process, you messing up and you're going to lose. So realistically, you want to learn first. And your lessons are going to be custom tailored and custom fit for you based on where you are. That's why the mindset elevation is so important, because that's necessary for you first. Because if your mindset ain't right, what happens when you get to 5 contracts? You see where I'm going? What happens when you get to 10? What happens when you get to 20? You're still emotionally affected by the contract size. That's a hard one to overcome. That relationship, your association with contract size, that's a hard one to overcome, because you have an emotional attachment to it. You feel some kind of way. You're like, damn, man. There's that fear. You got that fear still there. It's there. So you want to learn how to navigate the fear from the root. You're not going to all of a sudden overcome that fear. In your mind, you thinking that, oh, well, let me just start, and then once I get to bigger contracts, then I'll deal with it when I get there. Nah, man. You dealing with it now and you don't even know. You scared now with one contract. You think you're not going to be scared just because it's one? You got the same fear that you're going to have with the bigger contract that you have right now. You're just, in your mind, you're fooling yourself into thinking that that's not the case, but it really is. You really shook now. So you definitely shook if you manage to work your way through to the larger contract size. That's even if you get there. But your fear is going to kind of keep you from being able to execute properly to get there in the first place. You know, so Rome said, I love what Mark talked about the military. Keep going. Yeah, I mean, because I know that folks in the military definitely, they, you know, the training here resonates with military people because you already have been conditioned to be disciplined. So if I tell you, yo, you got to be disciplined, you like, all right. You're not like, damn, man. But what happens if the juice man kicks in? You're not really thinking like that. If I say to you, be disciplined and don't do shit, don't do nothing else. Only do this. It's easier for you to do it. You've already been trained to execute discipline. You know what I mean? So definitely. Kev said friends with a bunch of fake women named Bob. Don said the money's not as important as, it's not as important. It's more of what you become in the process that gives the money value. Mic drop. You better chill. Buddha said, this is why I love listening to you, as you have helped with my mindset. Definitely. Definitely, man. Because this is all real. It's all real. It's all real, man. This is the stuff we go through. So it's important to know what you go through, to be able to put a finger on it and to have self-awareness. It's kind of like, you know how somebody find out for the first time that they scared to fight? Like, you don't know that you're scared to fight until you get in the fight. Then you're like, oh shit, I'm kind of scared to fight. You didn't know that you were scared to fight because you've never been in one. Now you in a fight, you scared. That's the first step to overcoming being scared. Now you scared, but now you got to fight though. You see what I'm saying? You being scared doesn't mean that's it. You being scared just means now you know that you're scared. So now ain't no more scared. So it's like it's like you have self-awareness, but you shift into not being scared now. Because now you know that you're scared. You're like, oh shit, I am kind of scared. Well, how do I not be scared no more? Fight. Well, what if I get punched in the face? You probably will get punched in the face. But what if you don't? You got to fight. Fight. And then it's like, oh, all right, well, hey, what am I supposed to do? You're supposed to fight. You scared? Fight. And then as soon as you face it, now you also come to find out that you got a nice right hook too. You didn't know that either. You see what I'm saying? You don't find anything out until you win the fight. You didn't know that you were scared to fight, but then you come to find out you got a nice right hook. And then when you connect with the right hook, you're like, oh shit. The fear and the being scared part just dies. It goes right away. Now you ain't scared to fight no more. Now you want to fight. Because you know you got that right hook. That was hard right there. Right? That was hard. That was hard. Don said, the minute you think about your last accomplishment or your future achievement, you're done. No emotion, man. No emotion. I know it's hard to do, but it's necessary to do. J. Carr said, don't try for the mic drop, Don. Matthew said, I see you, Don. Uh-huh. Yeah, he 2 for 2. As I said, when you take a trade, you should be focused on what the market is telling you after MRMH has revealed itself to you. Your decision should not be based on someone else's idea of what option pricing should be valued at. Affirmative. Yep. Affirmative. Don said, just keep it 100. J. Carly, this is why I said Project 21 has a comfortability built into it. You deal with it along the way. I had to stop and check myself the other day. Exactly. Exactly. Chip said, I ain't gonna lie, the patience thing is killing me. Hopefully it makes me stronger for it does. Oh, before it does. It ain't gonna kill you, Chip. It just feel like that. What's interesting is that you don't realize too, and it's so crazy how it really unfolds, right? I literally say the same thing every night about patience. Every training. I'm like, yo, don't be alarmed by the level of patience that you do not have yet. That literally is the first line in the training. And it's like, why do you always say that first? Because that's probably the most difficult thing that you're dealing with. It's just becoming comfortable with waiting. Because, you know, it's similar to like when once you realize that you're able to do something, you want to do it now. But the something that you're able to do requires that you wait. And that's the part that you have an issue with, because there's an urge in you now to get to the success of having that skill. You like, shit, I want to reap the rewards now, but the reward is in the waiting. That's when the reward comes. And what that anxiety does is the anxiety is now another thing within your mindset that you have to overcome in addition to the patience. The anxiety and the thirst, you got to overcome that part too. That's shifting right into your discipline. Because now it means, all right, you're feeling that anxiety, but are you going to act on it? Are you going to actually do something stupid? or you just gonna talk your way through it? You see what I'm saying? For some, they're gonna do something stupid. They're gonna do something stupid and they're gonna regret and go through the whole process of, damn, why did I do that? And oh man, you know, I thought I was ready. I thought I was doing good. You know, I thought I finally developed the patience, and come to realize I'm not there yet. And it's okay, because it's a process. Like you have to navigate through every nook and cranny within yourself. There's nothing that you can't overcome, because there's nothing that you're not going to be made aware of. Everything is going to come to the light. You don't know to what degree you don't have patience yet. You don't know to what degree your discipline ain't there yet until you go through. That's why I always say the only way to get through is to go through. How will you know unless you keep doing it? You're not going to know. You finding shit out now. How did you know that you were at this level of impatience? You had to keep going. It's crazy. It's so crazy because it's self-fulfilling. Everything we doing is self-fulfilling prophecy. That's what it is. Everything. And your journey is your journey. It's personal. Even though we operate collectively, the collective helps you personally. But the personal is still you having to do it. So it's like the group can't do the work for you, but you being a part of the group, you're a contributor to what is helping each individual to get through their own personal individual process. You see? Like, so the strength is in our numbers, because the more that you keep hearing about someone else going through the same shit as you, the more you keep hearing about someone else overcoming the same thing that you are in the process of overcoming. Oh man, he finally got through. So that means I'm gonna get through too. Oh, he dealing with the same shit I'm dealing with. So this is real, because we going through the same thing. You see? You're resonating with everything and everyone in the group. You resonating with the person that's caught up, how you might be, and you resonating with the person that pushed through. Because you like, I remember when he was fucked up too. He was messed up too, like not too long ago, and he's doing that now. That's where you're going to get to. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, it's just this is why it's so repetitive. It never stops. Like, well, Mark, when how long should I train? Don't ask me that. There is no how long. It's indefinite. How long is life? Here's the answer to the question. How long are you going to live? How long? Whatever the answer to that question is, that's the answer to your question. So, it's good stuff, man. And so you write on the military piece, National Guardsman here. Yep. Holly says, so the fight is the skill. Bingo. The fight is the execution of your skill. And remember, you don't know that you got the right hook until you in the fight. Nobody told you, hey, you got a good right hook. How I know you got a right hook? I never saw you fight. Then you fight and you like, oh shit, one hit a quit. I just one hit a quitted this dude with a right hook. I got a right hook. I didn't even know. Of course you didn't know. You never fought before. That's the equivalent. That is the equivalent right there. Yep. Hard. Right now, there is a level of stability at this current moment. And this one right here, this binary right here is going to actually give us some good information. This is interesting because anytime that you see like this, like you see right now how it's holding, you're seeing the follow through of the position that it moved to previously from the last movement, and how it's still in the holding position. It's still there. Like you see what it's doing, right? It's still in the holding position, which means that there is stability in that movement, in the existing movement currently in the market. So that's a lot of information, man. That's a lot of information. That's hard. We coming closer now to the close of the session, but this will probably continue on into the session after 6 also. I would imagine that this behavior would still be present. Yep. JP said, I'm on the 4th trade project 21, taking my time, doing it right. Because in order for me to have financial freedom, I got to deal with the growing pains of the patience game. I see y'all going for mic drops. Otis said, the fight is dealing with the market. Your skill is the right hook. Bingo. I like that. I like that. He elaborated on it. Yes. Fights with fear were one easier than fights with too much confidence, in my experience. So that can't flow to the market for me. Ooh. Because the fight with confidence is the ego. It ain't you. Ooh. I can't mic drop myself. Let me stop. Buddha said, to be successful, we have to lose first. You got to feel and go through those emotions before you can consistently start winning. Then you can be in a position of not having to lose again. That is true. That is true. I want to elaborate on that a little bit. I'm trying to see how to get to it. Because, like, all right, that statement, that 100% would apply to me, for example, because I didn't have direction and guidance from someone else. So that's 100% applicable for me. Like, the way that I began to win was by figuring out why I was losing. You understand? For people coming into Team Alliance, they don't have to go through this part of the process. Keyword, they don't have to. Some of them inevitably will go through it because that's how they're wired. It's kind of like how, they got a saying, you don't believe fat meat greasy. In other words, somebody doesn't believe it until they experience it for themselves. Even though I'm telling you, if you deviate from this, you're going to get hurt. They're going to deviate from it for whatever reason. So in that context, yes, I agree with you. But because of Team Alliance, you don't have to do that. That's the punchline. That's what I wanted to segue into. Bonnie said, we all need to find what it is we can do to keep us occupied, but doesn't distract from our focus while we observe and wait for the market. I agree, definitely. For me, it's The Sopranos. Yep, for me, it is The Sopranos. Let's go. So here's another example here. This 21, 23. you can see how it moved into another position underneath the strike, but it's not holding that position. Like if you look at it now, it's actually now back above the strike. So that's like an instance of where there's stability present, but the market is still searching out and moving. It's trying to move into another position that it's going to maintain. So during that process, you'll see this type of movement, but the behavior is still present. In other words, that stability that we need to be there is still there. It's just that the market is not moving in position relative to what we would need it to do in order to actually present an opportunity. But just look at the fact that we know all of this, though. That's what I be just bugging out about. Like, we know it. Bonnie said, what Mark does, it talks to us. Or what Mark does is talk to us. I think that's is. Jay Carl said, doing dumb shit is much easier at one contract. The discipline should get better as the contracts grow. Mick said, my judo coach always said, stop being afraid of getting hit. The pain takes 3 to 5 minutes to fully register anyway. Focus on your task and feel something later until later never comes. Ooh, that's L right there. That's hard because that's a way to bypass the pain. Listen to what he just said. Focus on your task and feel something later until later never comes. Damn. Woof. Damn. Body said that is so right. The strength is in the team alliance. Yes, it is. Jay Carly, shouldn't be hard to do other things while waiting. The income phase is my catalyst to fulfilling my dreams. I need time, freedom to work on them. Facts. Don says some people want guarantees in life without making guarantees to themselves. Oh, that's another mic drop. That's 3 for 3, damn it. That's 3 for 3. Doom doom. Doom doom. Doom doom. Doom 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 doom. Yo. Damn. Goodness. Jay Carly, I laid a 6-foot dude out with one hit once. It was a hit with a chair though. Silly. Bonnie said, good information just given. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Solid, man. Solid as a rock. Jay Carter said, I like stability at the end now because it will flow to reopen the 6, which historically leads to good evenings. Yep. Happens all the time. Cap said, learn something new. Shit, that's every day. Jay Carter said, what's the new thing before the mic drop? Jermaine, the market put them one-hitter quitter on people every day, all the time. Knockout. Tyler, I just got a phone call from your sister wanting to know if you wanted to trade one of their additional platform instruments. Anybody ever get this? Oh, just got a call from IG, NADEX's sister, wanting to know if I wanted to trade one of their additional platforms. That's interesting. No, I never got a call like that. But I guess that they were soliciting you for their traditional Forex platform or one of their traditional Forex platforms. Actually, I think IG trades a couple of different platforms or uses a couple of different platforms. I mean, that's interesting, Tyler. Muy interesante. What was that? I got some kind of message. Somebody leaving a message. Anytime I see a voicemail, I'll be like, whoever that is over 50. Anybody leave you a voicemail message, it's definitely like 50 plus. And it's so funny. Even my mother don't leave voice messages anymore. She sent a text, you know, and I get to it when I get to it. Sometimes it might be 2 or 3 days later, but I see it eventually. But yeah, the old school heads, they still leave voice messages. I think one time I checked my voicemail, it had like 800 messages on it. I was like, why are y'all leaving voicemail messages? Mick says straight Paulie Gaultieri. Yep, Paulie's my man. Paulie Walnuts. Tyler said, I didn't like it. I'm a NADEX shooter. No, I don't plan on adding more to the plate. Yeah, it was of traditional Forex it sounded. Okay. Yeah, that's very interesting. I mean, I don't think it means anything. I think that they just probably have their database from people on NADEX. You know, if they have your a phone number for you, they probably do that. You know, they'll reach out and see if you might be interested in trading on the other platforms that they have, just to get additional business from the existing database of people that they have from NADEX. But I think that also is a testament also to the success of NADEX with acquiring new people to trade on the platform. Like NADEX is growing. Yep. So the fact that they're soliciting you to do business with another platform owned by them, you know, it actually tells us some good information. That's good. Right. Look. Exactly what I just said. He said she admitted that due to database within NADEX. Right. Because if she didn't say that, it'd be like, well, first of all, who are you? Second of all, why the hell are you calling me? Where'd you get my number from? You know, that type of thing. So, which is a turnoff to most people. But the magic word was NADEX. JP said Karate Man bruise on the inside. Oh, man. Yep, but this is good stuff, man. This is good stuff. What time is it? 4:50? Okay, so this is... It's only 2 more binaries after this one. I usually be logging out like around this time anyway. Oh, excuse me. If I'm in observation mode, which I am, I usually will look. But you know, if I kind of know I'm not doing anything, I'll log out, going about my business. That's gonna pop up over the line more than likely. Yep, there it is. 3 micro pip jump over the line, but it's still hugging the strike. And there you go, right back under the strike. Seesaw. Yep, seesaw. But environment's still nice, and like I said, it'll likely carry over into the next session, so that's a good thing. And just keep it moving. Just keep it moving. It's time for some New York City pizza. Damn it! I have a slice of pizza in like 2 weeks, and the last slice I had, man, that crust. Sheesh. I love when you have a reliable spot. You know that you go there and it's always right. I love that, man. That's invaluable. Really is. Jay Carly said, I've seen the market be totally fine, then move 24 pips after 445. Play if you want to, right? Yep. Joshua said, just finished analyzing the 414. Slow speed, spurter speed, while pricing was off balance the whole time. Haven't looked at the chart at all today, but I wonder if it's doing something similar. You mean similar with the pricing? It's actually within the last half hour, the market has been very stable. Oh, training number 414. Okay. So you mean today, has it been similar to that behavior that you saw in that training? Slow speed with spurts of speed. In the last half hour, it has not been doing spurts, actually. The last half hour has been stable. But the market just has not been in position, with the exception of one time. There was one instance where it was in position around 435. It was in position and it remained in position relative to the strike price. And the stability kept the pricing in place relative to the strike. But there was no trade that actually set up, but behavior wise and position wise, it was in place. Damn, wait, we up to 414? Jesus. Oh my goodness. I didn't even realize that, man. That is retarded. We up to training number 414. That is insane. Mick said one of my shortstops from back in the day told me real pie pizza doesn't have cheese. What? Nah, I want cheese, man. Cheese and sauce. There is a place though in the city that does that. They make the pie crust. So I kind of know what you are, or to what your shortstop is referring to. Yeah, you're right. We're gonna hit 500 before 2020. That is crazy. That's crazy, man. Oh, she was Napolitan? Okay. She was from Naples. And also when they do real pizza, like that you eat in Italy, the crust is very thin. It's a very thin crust. As a matter of fact, that's where Domino's and Pizza Hut, like you can get thin crust pizza. Thin crust pizza is original pizza. Like real pizza from Italy is the thin crust. And also, depending on where you go in Italy, the pizza may not have sauce. It might just have the tomato, garlic, olive oil, maybe another seasoning on it, like Might have basil, but it'll have garlic, basil, an actual tomato on the thin crust, and it won't have no cheese on it. Yep, no cheese. But you know how that go. Anytime foods move around the world, people just add or take away, and then you got a different variance of the food. Yes, indeed. Because if you like where did noodles originate from? Like noodles. Where did noodles start from? I want to see the responses to that. This would be interesting. I knew somebody was going to say it. Jay Carly said China. Mick said Africa, just like rice. Tyler said right outside Noodleville. Oh, snap. Right, everybody on Google, right? I ain't messing with y'all. Stacy talking about top ramen. Joshua, the 940, 945, and the 1025 only had 1 NP movement leading up to the 1 minute mark. Based on its movement, all I could mark it down as was uncertain because there was no continuation of movement. And you're saying PM. So this is from last night from training 414? You noticed from a previously lost argument? I'm sure you do. From last night's training. Okay, I've started studying trainers again. Got you. So he said only had 1 micropip movement leading up to the 1 minute mark, and based on its movement, all I could mark it down was uncertain because there was no continuation. So when you say no continuation, you mean stop moving or it began to move erratically? What did it do? What did the movement actually do? He said I normally mark down either stable or unstable, but I wasn't sure how to mark those because it seemed stally. Okay. I'm gonna go back and look at it myself too, now that you brought it up. The 940, the 945, and the 1025. Matter of fact, that you just pasted in there, message me that so I know the time to look for. I'm actually going to look at that myself because I want to see what you're talking about. Because if you're, and I understand what you're saying, you're not able to identify it solid as being stable. And I know that that's bothering you because it would bother me too. Because you want to know, like, which one is it? And if you're saying uncertain, then that means that you don't know with certainty based on your interpretation. And that's all it is. It's like we filtering through the way that we're looking at it more than anything to get to where we're trying to get to. Mick said I'll start to post those ranges I was asking about. Okay. Yeah, definitely. Definitely do that. All right, yep, it's time to log up out of here. All right. Yep, all right, it's time for a New York slice. Right now, I spared Don today. Don had 3 mic drops. 3. Spared him. I won't be so nice next time. Yeah, we're gonna have training tonight. Yep. We are gonna have training tonight. Tomorrow is actually up in the air. So for right now, I would say tomorrow is a no. But you know how I do. I'll come out of nowhere in the clutch. But more than likely, no. It's not gonna be training tomorrow. Alright, so I'll see y'all in training later. I'll check out in the group chat too. New York slice. Alright, y'all, I'm out.